Ladies and gentlemen, it is season 2, and as I mentioned previously, whenever there's patch notes that are out, we will be checking them out on this channel. I was unfortunately away last night when they came out, so I thought I would put them live as the patch went live so that you guys could know what was going on with season 2, everything that's new, everything that is changing, so on and so forth. But yeah, we've got patch notes for both a Black Ops 6 and Warzone as well that we have to go through, and there's quite a bit here, but we're going to be starting out with like the new stuff. So starting out, 3 new maps. I believe this one is Bounty, Dealership, and then this is the boat one, which is called Lifeline. A lot of people believed that this was hijacked. I don't think it is hijacked. It's just another boat. It's supposed to be very small, 6v6 and 2v2 map, and then 2 6v6 map. Bounty looks a little bit smaller than Dealership, but these are both medium-sized maps. We have new modes, which Overdrive which is just a play on team deathmatch. Gun game is coming in week 2, and then these modes are dumb. Third wheel gunfight and couples dance off. Basically gunfight with 3 people, and then basically 2v2 face off modes. Pretty straightforward. We have a new weapon, so starting out with the PPSH. Then we have the Cypher 091, the Feng 82, and then the TR2, which I believe this is the TR2, kind of like the FAL. Now, the thing with these is this one here is an event reward. So I think that's for the Terminator event. So not technically at launch, but these 3 are all in the battle pass, which is pretty darn good. Now, after this, we have new attachments. So there's one in the battle pass called the crossbow. That'll be interesting. I think it works as an underbarrel. Then we have the AEK 973, which is a full auto mod for that weapon. And then the Tonto 22, which is the binary trigger, which essentially shoots 2 bullets at a time, which should make that gun better as well. New multiplayer perks, seasonal launch window. It's an event reward, so keep that in mind, not totally at launch. Slipstream, it is an enforcer or a red perk, raises your base sprint speed at the cost of removing tack sprint, so that's a weird one. And then score streak, we have the War Machine, which is an event reward. So again, these things aren't coming out right at launch. They are going to be for the first event, which we will get to in a second. Now, we have a new zombies map, which is the Tomb. We don't really need to talk about that. New operator for multiplayer and zombies. So there's actually kind of 2 of them. Vortex, which is the black cell one. And then you have Nocturne, and there's, I think, Obsidian is the other version of his skin. And then we have Terminator, which is obviously part of the Terminator event, which is coming in season, which I think we're getting to right here. So the Terminator event is February 6th to the 20th, so not coming for like another week or a bit more than a week. And then for this one, you have to collect skulls to unlock rewards. Skulls are earned via eliminations in multiplayer and zombies, and by eliminating players and opening caches in Warzone. Earn bonus skulls for eliminating enemies with explosives or fire damage. So a way to do it a little bit faster. We know how those events work. And then we have Shadow Hunt. To join Nocturne, you must first complete the challenges he has laid out for you. Don't fail him. I'm hoping that these challenges are actual challenges and not just get XP, but I guess time will tell. Then we get into global changes. Now, this is when we get into some controversial stuff. I read through this part, and Ricochet is, I don't think we're really getting an update to it. If I'm being completely honest with you, from what I have seen, it appears as though Ricochet is there. It's just something that they're constantly working on. Like, it's not really finished. And you can see here that it says continuing into season 3. That is when they are doing the kernel level update. They're working on taking legal actions against cheat sellers, aim to deliver a more secure experience. But I don't think there's actually an update to the anti-cheat going into season 2. It just already has happened. So the one thing that they are doing is crossplay. They're disabling, making it so you can disable crossplay between console and PC. I play on PC, so I might be screwed no matter what. Now, we also have the Battle Pass, which I am going to be going over on the main channel today. I've done it with every single season since Modern Warfare 2019. So I was like, I wasn't going to do those type of videos over there, but that one I kind of feel like I have to. And then progression and prestige, basically improved progression. Working on this. The one thing that's like really, really annoying, where does it say it in here? Players who have reached max level will now see a prestige available treatment on the prestige title in the barracks progression menu. That's good. It's easier to see that you can prestige, but also they're going to notify you after every single game that you have that you can prestige if you're just staying at level 55, which is kind of annoying. But like, it doesn't affect me. I'm already max prestige and things like that. Now, challenges, they've added in a challenge tracker where you can choose 10 challenges that you want to track, or it will just show you which ones are you were closest to, so that you can go for those ones in game. This is good, something people have been asking for since launch. Pretty straightforward though. Not too much to talk about there. Now, moving into multiplayer, this is where weapons have been updated. So weapon changes, first of all, there is a bunch of global weapon changes across Black Ops 6. So weapon motion reduction from dexterity perk improved from 60 to 70%. So dexterity is a little bit better. Weapon raise animations that play on respawn are now fully interruptible. Honestly, just get rid of them. There is no point to have them. Reduced bullet penetrations on all surface types. So that's going to be one that is certainly interesting. You're not going to get beamed through walls as much. Then fast mags, things along those lines, they've improved the speed of those. So fast mags 1, 2, 3, and flip mag reload times improved by 10% on all weapon classes but pistols. Fast mag 1 and fast mag 2 reload times improved by 5% on pistols. All LMG magazines with 50 rounds or less reload times have been improved by 5%. ASVAL default magazine reload time improved by 10%. I don't know why that one is that specific. Addressed an issue with the SWAT 556 Fast Mag 1 will now improve reload times as intended. So it kind of incentivizing people to use fast mags over extended mags, which if we look at the extended mags here on specific weapons, they have extended some of the time. So including the Model L, GPMG, and the SVD, they extended those reload times. Melee, they removed the screen flash from taking frontal damage while holding a melee. Strange one. Assault rifles, the Goblin MK2. So on this one, they have increased the range of the first damage range as well as the medium damage range as well. The ADS in time is improved just slightly by 5 milliseconds, so almost nothing. All hipfire spread angles improved by 0.5 degrees. I don't understand that one. Sprint to fire improved by 5 milliseconds. Tactical sprint to fire speed improved by 5 milliseconds, and flinch caused by this weapon is increased. So basically, this is the weapon that they wanted to buff. Then we get into the Compact 92. Again, this is with the 3-round burst mod. Improved all of the ranges all around, and view kick strength reduced. So buffing the 3-round burst on that one. Shotguns, buffing shotguns. So first of all, the Marine SP increased the range all around. The sprint to fire speeds are improved by 10 milliseconds, and same with the tactical sprint to fire speeds. The ASG, same thing, improved range, and sprint to fire and tactical sprint to fire improved as well. The Maelstrom, the damage on this went up. However, the range went down very, very slightly, almost unnoticeably. And then the damage ranges after that have gone up. The fire rate improved by 16 RPM, which isn't much. Sprint to fire speed improved by 10 milliseconds, and same with the tactical sprint to fire speed. LMGs, the PU-21, pre-fire delay improved. Sprint to fire speed improved by 5 milliseconds. Tactical sprint to fire and view kick slightly better. The DM10, just simply the gain twist barrel. Bullet velocity improved by 20%, which is pretty good. Sniper rifles, they improved the damage on the frost line in 2 areas. So in other words, making it a one-shot kill at medium damage to the chest, which is good. Also, some upgraded adjustments to the upper torso and upper arm damage multipliers decreased to 1. So basically what this means is that minimum damage range, so after 88.9 meters, it's not going to be that one shot to the upper torso anymore, because that multiplier isn't going to come into effect. And they've also made it so that the lower torso and arm multipliers are higher, so more consistent at medium and short range, but worse at long range is essentially what they've done. CHF barrel now improves upper torso and arm damage modifiers to 1.3. So if you want those one shots to the upper chest after 90 or 88 meters, then you use the CHF barrel is essentially what it did. They did a very similar thing to the SVD, but yeah, so same kind of thing. So more consistent at medium range then to the upper chest, and then I guess technically better at that should just be a buff on the SVD, I believe. Same thing with the LR762. So you can see what they're doing with the snipers there. And then the Arm 4, aim down sight speed reduced to 65 milliseconds, which is actually pretty quick for a sniper rifle. The Strider 22 bullet penetration improved. The Siren 9mm extended mags and fast mags improved. I still don't think that gun's very good. Launchers, oh wow, they did a lot of stuff to launchers. Last but not least, launchers are receiving some major handling improvements to help general usability. So it looks like for the Sigma and the HE1, all of like the fast hands raise time, weapon swap time, fast hands greatly improved. So these things should be easier to use, but they're not going to deal more damage or anything like that. Improve the XP and progression in search and destroy, preventing endgame match. That should have been fixed a long time ago. Pretty straightforward, just a bunch of challenges fixes. That's good. Camo challenges for the AK-74 improved, daily challenges, some added, some removed. Mastery badges, spawn logic has been adjusted. This is continued effort. That's the same thing with every single game over and over and over again. Equipment field upgrades. So addressed issues. So really just bug fixes there. Medals, same thing. General movement. Reduce collision with teammates. This should improve the ability to maneuver around tight spaces like doorways with nearby enemies. So this is something that I think Call of Duty has really struggled with for a long time. And of course, they have fixed it here. Now, crossplay. All right, so these are the options. If you're on PlayStation, you can have crossplay on, enables matchmaking with all game platforms when playing ranked playlists. Keep in mind, that is only ranked. Then we have consoles only. I think this is probably the best one to have on, because then you're just against consoles. And then off restricts matchmaking to just on your console, and it will negatively impact match queues. So this is the same with Xbox as well. Season 2 weapon evaluation. Oh, so this is just specifically talking about ranked play, that the PPSH and the Cypher 91 are going to be in ranked play, but they may be getting removed. Ranked setback, so it explains how the ranks work. Of course, the new rewards for the Season 2 ranked. SR gain and loss adjustments. Blah, blah, blah. Then zombies. Okay, so I looked over this. I am not going to read through all of this, but the amount of issues addressed here, holy crap. So that's just here, set is Citadel. Then you have training course. Then you have Terminus. Then you have Liberty Falls. Then you have some directed mode fixes. Automatic exfil will now begin after current round ends instead of immediately. Addressed an issue where crafting table automatic exfil has been adjusted to trigger after 6 hours instead of 5. So like improving that mode as well. So you can play for 6 hours grinding camos. Ether Shroud adjusted. Ether Shroud PhD flopper improved slider to work with Omni movement slide. Like just improvements all around in every single way. Enemies address an issue where rarely the player would be let go immediately after being grabbed. Vermin addressed an issue where vermin could hit twice with one attack. So they're still working on that one. But just all of this is just fixes, UI fixes, graphic fixes. Zombies community has been treated incredibly well this year. And yeah, they've taken some things that were fun and removed them and then kind of came back on them. But I'm just really impressed with what they're doing with zombies. Now, moving into Warzone. So this is where we get into a lot of bug fixes, quality of life fixes, things like that. Anti-cheat, same statement as multiplayer. I don't think we're getting much of a change to this. And the other thing, there was no indication at all as to how the servers would be improved going into the season. So in other words, anti-cheat and servers doesn't look like they're doing much for them. We'll have to wait to see for anti-cheat if they fixed anything. Same events as in multiplayer. Battle Pass, we've talked about all of this. Progression and prestige, we talked about all of this. Camos, blah, blah, blah. Social, here we go. Warzone. Urzic stand. Buy station locations have been updated. Sure, I would prefer a new map, but Gulag loadouts have been refreshed. Train, the automatic break release timer has increased to 240 seconds, up from 60. Okay. Area 99 buy stations. Here's our playlist. These are our playlists for essentially a month. Ranked play BR trios, okay. Battle Royale, solos, duos, and quads. So no trios on big map, which is weird because that's their staple mode, or used to be. Resurgence, Rebirth Island, solos, duos, trios, and quads. Area 99 only quads, and then Plunder quads only. That's it. Those are the only playlists for at least, I think, till Season 2 Reloaded, which looks like it's going to be on February 20th. Ranked play, we know how this works. We're cross-play, same sort of thing as multiplayer. Restrictions, tracker perk has been removed from restricted item list in Warzone ranked play. Okay. SR, how all of this works, blah, blah, blah. Rewards, general. Okay. Buy stations, all buy stations, including deployable and standard ones, now close at the beginning of the final circle announcement. That's kind of interesting. By the way, this is general. This is not just in Rebirth or anything like that. Deployable boxes, utility boxes such as munition boxes, armor boxes, and other can no longer be placed in the gas. Okay, pretty straightforward. Score events. Added a new splat score event in Battle Royale, which triggers when a player is eliminated while parachuting or skydiving. Okay, so you get more XP for that, I'm assuming. Experience balancing. Battle Royale. Player experience increased by 7% and weapon experience by 10%. Resurgence. Decreased player experience but increased weapon experience. And Plunder. Increased player XP by 20%, but weapon XP decreased. So just strange all around. Quality of life highlights. So advanced UAV. Advanced UAVs now display elevation arrows indicated player altitude. That's great. Warzone barracks. The button layout in the Warzone barracks has been reorganized to match the structure used in multiplayer and zombies. Okay. Ammo caches. Ammo cache depots now function like munition boxes, dropping additional ammo. Okay, that's cool. Pinging buyback flares. Players can now ping the flare from buybacks to better alert their teammates. I think that's good. I thought they did that last year. Did they not at some point? Match stat tracker. The font used in the match stat tracker has been adjusted for improved readability, especially at lower resolutions. Thank God, that was the thing I was the most worried about this season. Detailed weapon stats. New stats have been added, and the layout has been redesigned to prioritize data clarity and accessibility. Okay. Fade distances. The fade distance for loadout and cash drops while parachuting has been reduced to 300 meters to improve visibility. Okay. Body shields. Combat. So this one's interesting. Victims are no longer automatically released midair. The outline of victim previously visible through walls has been disabled, and players can no longer release a victim without executing them first. Okay, strange, but okay. Jumping. Increase both jump speeds and successive jump height with one unmodified successive jump. So bunny hopping is somewhat back. Parachuting. Increased the speed of parachute cut animation, making cutting parachute and readying your weapon significantly faster. Increased player velocity while landing from a cut parachute land for smoother transition. My only worry about this is sometimes you can't hear people's parachute, and now it's going to be easier for them to kill you. So there might be some frustration there, but hopefully you were able to hear these people. New perk. Is this coming at launch? I think one of these is at launch and one of these is coming later. Reactive armor. Your armor will regenerate up to 50% if you take no damage in the last 5 seconds. Honestly, pretty cool perk. Adjustments tracker. Pings have been replaced with an outline that is not visible through walls, so I think that's good. Dexterity. The weapon handling components of dexterity have been enhanced and is now a default perk for all Warzone players. So I think they've removed the perk, but is a default on all people like they did last year with Modern Warfare 3. Mountaineer. This is returns in the slot 1 replacing dexterity, so there you go. There's a new perk for that. Veteran now provides significant damage reduction against the effects of the gas grenade. Equipment. Munition satchel now only provides 1 additional item, down from 2, addressing the overstopping spamming equipment. Okay. Tacticals and lethals. Maximum deployed tacticals and lethals reduced to 2 each, down from 3. Okay, so less spam on that. Impact grenades. Default stack size increased from 2 to 3 on that one. Not sure why. Thermobaric inner radius. So this one got buffed for the thermobaric grenade. Frag grenade got buffed inner damage, but nerfed outer damage. Oh no, nerfed middle damage, but buffed outer damage. So just retuning on those altogether. Gas grenades without resistance, movement reduction is reduced. Okay, so nerf to those. Stim shot, strafe slide velocity with stim slightly reduced, so that's somewhat of a nerf. Spy camera updated the outline visual to no longer display through walls, so same kind of thing that we saw with tracker. And then proximity alarm updated the outline visual for better clarity. Okay. Kill streaks advanced UAV now displays elevations. We talked about that. Bunker buster gas damage against targets with gas resistance now reduced, so technically a nerf. Loadout drop marker. The bounce factor for loadout drop markers has been reduced by 50%. Okay. Portable decontamination stations adjusted. Weapons, general weapons adjustment. So reload speed, just pretty much faster on all weapons. Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 6, just all around. ARs 5% faster, LMGs 10% faster, snipers 10% faster. You can kind of see what we're going with, just faster all around. Bullet penetration, adjust bullet penetration across most materials, resulting in a more consistent experience for thicker walls in particular. Weapon swap, increase the swap speed by 10%, so that's faster. Sprint to fire, reduce sprint to fire penalty while jumping from 35% to 10, so faster sprint to fire while jumping. Aim down sights, reduced aim down sights jump speed by 25%, so faster there as well. Then we have our new weapons, which we have already talked about. Here we go into our weapon adjustments. So keep this plain and simple. AK-74. The AK-74 ranges have been increased, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed improved, as well as the lower torso multiplier increased. AK-74 should be better all around. AMEs, leg multiplier increased and headshot multiplier increased, so small buff to that one. Default magazine reload speed 5% faster, we saw that in multiplayer as well. Goblin MK2 mid damage up and range up. Bullet velocity increased slightly. Default flip magazine increased to 25, and the lower arm and hand multipliers increased as well, so better on that weapon. I don't see this being that incredible, but it will be better. GPR range nerfed all around. Aim down sight speed slowed. Sprint to fire time slowed. Wow. And leg multiplier decreased. So this should be just worse all around. It'll still be, I think, decent, but much worse than it was before. Model L ranges increased and leg multiplier increased, so that's a buff to the Model L. XM4 ranges nerfed all around, leg multiplier decreased, 100 round magazine, aim down sight speed penalty increased. Buffer stock, they fixed it. The buffer stock was really broken, so it's not going to make it ridiculous like it did before. It'll be interesting to see if this is usable. It should be, but it's not going to be nearly as good as it was before. Yeah, the ease of the XM4 allowed it to dominate. That's an understatement. The C9, range increased all around, damage slightly increased, aim down sight speed improved, so C9 should be better all around. Jackal nerfed pretty much all around. Compact 92, aim down sight speed improved, as well as sprint to fire improved, so a little bit better on that one. The KSV ranges improved, as well as the aim down sight speed. The PP nerfed all around, but just slight nerfs, nothing too insane whatsoever. So this one will more or less be the same. However, the headshot multiplier was decreased, so a little bit worse there, but still going to be a pretty decent weapon. XMG horizontal recoil bonus decreased from 40% to 25. Oh, for the buffer stock, so that making the buffer stock worse on this one as well. The PP, sorry, not the PP, the 9mm PM ranges increased all around, so slightly better there. So that's pretty much it there. Basically, it's the nerf on the XM4 and the XMG that are going to be probably the most noticeable there. Lootable perks, the available perks from ground loot have been updated to include Shrouded, Irradiated, Veteran, Reflex, Sprinter, and Tempered. Lootable weapons have been updated. Contracts, more or less the same as before. Public events, Runaway Train event has a 10% chance to occur in the 5th circle of Battle Royale. Very specific there. Challenges, nothing crazy there. Vehicles, damage adjustments from the C4 audio, third-party reverb, parachutes, adjusted parachute audio being louder than intended. See, this worries me. They nerfed the audio of parachute and then made it so that you land your parachute faster, which could mean that you don't hear it and then they can shoot you faster, which could be very frustrating. Self-revive. Players will now hear the enemy self-revive sound, I think, as you should. And then a bunch of bug fixes all around. I'm not going to read through all of these. There are a ton of them, but games should feel quite substantially better. But like just an example, fixed an issue causing a primary weapon and loadout to reset after the match. So just quality of life improvements all around. Fixed an issue where scrambler effect persisted on the map throughout the match. So just making the game work as intended. So those are all of our updates. I know it's a quite substantial amount. Again, from what I am seeing here, essentially mainly quality of life. As far as new things, it's really multiplayer, new maps, new mode, new weapons. Zombies, you're eating good with a brand new map. And other than that, I think this is going to feel like the smallest seasonal update we've ever got because there's essentially nothing new in Warzone. It worries me. I don't think this is what people wanted. And I think it's going to come out and this isn't going to really adjust the amount of people playing whatsoever. But I could be wrong. Time will tell. Let me know what you think. That has been the patch notes. Stay tuned as soon as this update goes live, pretty much 30 to an hour after this is live on the main channel. We're going to have the battle pass, and then I'm going to be live on Twitch with season 2. So check out my Twitch, check out the main channel, and thank you for watching the patch notes. If you made it this far, comment boogers. Sure, we'll go with that.